Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate our witnesses being here. Thank you all for your service to our country. If you've heard me speak for any length of time at this subcommittee before, you know I'm already excited about the potential for Golden Dome to protect the homeland and deter our adversaries. And while I'm sure we're going to spend several years here on this committee debating which fancy and expensive systems to buy, Congress and DOD need to ensure that we're doing it in a smart way. Just like how you need to buy a propane tank to go with your gas grill, we need to ensure we aren't just funding systems, but also the support infrastructure needed for success. General Purdy, I want to focus on two exciting programs essential to homeland defense: orbital warfare spacecraft and space-based interceptors. Can you tell me how, in addition to procuring these critical weapon systems, the Space Force is also thinking about all the other things that are needed to successfully field and employ these items? I'm thinking of the personnel, the training, the testing capabilities, and especially the command and control architectures. The satellite control network is rapidly aging and already near max capacity for day-to-day operations. And the new phased array systems are still in development. How's the deployment of these new phased array systems going, and how are you continuing to add requirements for additional capacity in the satellite control network as the systems that will use it continue to proliferate? General Purdy.
Sir, thank you for the question. That is a particular strong focus of basically what we'd call end-to-end capability. Too long in the past, we would deliver one, say, a satellite or whatnot, and we would not be considering the whole rest of the architecture. So we have kind of established a policy of fully mission capable, full end-to-end. So there's multiple ways that we're getting after that activity. So for one, we actually have a PEO stood up to get after test and training architecture, so I'll set that one aside. I have a whole integration team that reports to me as the SAE. Their job is to get after the end-to-end integration pieces, and specifically to be tracking all the programs and making sure that we have the capacity that we're building in for tests and training architecture, SCN architecture, et cetera. So I've got that process going. Specifically on SCN, because you mentioned that one a few times, we have our existing SCN architecture, as you mentioned. The next generation is the SCAR ESA radar system that we're developing that allow us to hit multiple contacts at the same time. That's going reasonably well. It is a complicated build, and so it's frankly too slow for my taste and too slow for the need, but it's going reasonably well. And so they are aiming for the first system. There's a demo this year, and then there's I think it's the next year plus is when that first one's coming out. As a backup plan, what we've got going on is what's called JAM, the Joint Antenna Marketplace. This one's pretty exciting because this is going to do two things for us. It's going after full-up commercial. There's a lot of commercial capacity out there to do SCN activity. We've practiced that with SDA. We've practiced that with Sparco. Both of them have used commercial, cloud-based SCN, and actually even worldwide as well. And so JAM is going to get after. That's going to open up hundreds of additional capacity and ability to go get hundreds of additional targets. In addition, that's going to do what's called orchestration to help us figure out machine to machine which systems we're going to go. Are we going to use existing SCN? Are we going to use SCAR? Or are we going to use this JAM? So all of those elements are pieces of the architecture that we're putting together slowly, and I'm tying it together and tracking it at my level with our integration function. Think of it as like a space systems chief engineer.
Okay. You talked about, and I don't have enough time here, but I'm going to throw this out there, and maybe if we get a second round, we'll come back to it. But you talked about the Unified Data Library, of course, a cloud-based data repository designed to consolidate commercial and U.S. government space situational awareness data. It's intended to be the single source for accessing and managing all data in support of Space Force operational systems. To what extent is Space Force using it, and which Space Force operational systems are connected to it?
Yeah, many, if not all. So multiple deltas at Space Operations Center are using it for their positional tracking in addition to, say, interference kind of activity. The NSDC, which is the ops floor doing the space war, is tracking it with their C2 system. U.S. Spacecom at the command and commander uses it for their official common operating picture. JCO is the main ops hub that's plugging in all the combatant commanders, is also using it and tracking it, and we actually track that worldwide on worldwide ops centers.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.